Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are going live. You can see us on Instagram, on Facebook, and also through our website of INSPIRELIAWARDS.com. I would like to welcome you all, but first, let's ask our direction for a short video to introduce today's topic. Welcome back. I would like to introduce our guests today. We will start with Karel Smejkal. Let me just share my screen so that you see who am I talking about. I believe we don't need to introduce this man. Karel Smejkal is founder and of the Applied Psychology of Architecture. He's a university pedagogue, and he's also a president and a co-founder of the INSPIRELI Awards. The next guest today, and big welcome to you as well, is Mikhail Kuntz. Mikhail Kuntz is the founder of the Kuntz Architects Studio. He's a leading Czech architect, and he's also a juror in the INSPIRELI Awards Beirut Port Renewal Competition. Next one here with us today is Zein. Yeah, Alexander is the founder of the Zein Engineering Studio. He's also a member of the INSPIRELI crew, and he's the president and the curator of the INSPIRELI Beirut Port Renewal Competition. Next one with us here is Ondrej Valach. He is a distributor of the LUMION program for the Czech Republic. He is the organizer of the VisCon conference, visualization of the conference, and he is a member of the INSPIRELI Awards competition team. Next one with us here today is Cyril Svozil. Cyril Svozil is a co-owner of the Fenix group, which is the world's leading manufacturer of radiant heating, and he's also a partner of the INSPIRELI Awards. Lastly, I would like to introduce our special guest. We have the mayor of Beirut here, Dr. Jamal Itani, who is also a juror in the competition for the Port of Beirut renewal. Welcome, everybody. And let me stop my sharing. I would like to welcome you all here. Thank you for coming. You're here with us at the live stream number 3 already. And Karel, I would like to pass the word to you to ask first questions.
Wait, I have to unmute. Hello, everybody. I am very proud that we are here together. Thank you, Mariana, that you introduced to all us. And what I would like to say, these talks are here because we would like to be in touch with our world community, with architects, students, and through our social media. And we have there more guests, not only the special ones. We have here, for example, Tanviru. He is one of the winners of INSPIRELI Awards from the last year. And we have, for example, Mir. He is a professor of university in Pakistan. And there will be more guests coming to our stream. What I would like to highlight right now, I would like to say hello to Dr. Jamal Itani, because you are really a special guest, and we are very honored and proud that you are here. And I know that you because you are here in our room, so you could not see too much the video at the beginning, but there were very important message, because there were 2 explosions, the biggest I think in the history of mankind, and one was in Hiroshima, and the other was in Beirut. And as you saw maybe in video, only 2 buildings exist after the blast, and there are Czech background under both of them. Czech architect in Hiroshima created a building which survived, and a Czech company from Pardubice, very close to my house, they created the silo in Beirut. And I would like to ask you, Meyer, did you know it before? So this is my first question.
No, just recently I learned about it. Yes, this coincidence.
I can say that really a few people only knew what is behind, and I would like to highlight a little bit that's why we feel the responsibility to help, because INSPIRELI comes from Czech Republic, and now it is again connection Czech architects, Czech people, and together with Beirut. So this is something what we would like to do, and I have prepared some very small presentation. I will go to screen right now, because I would like to show you that this competition will be really connecting the entire world. It is our message. Yeah, this is something what we would like to do, to connect all architects, all students, all around the world. And here you can, as you can see, it's already in process. So here you can see information about this competition, which is on portal World Architecture. And the second portal who is cooperating with us is ArchDaily, one of the biggest portals in the world. And here, as you can see, again, is presenting the competition. Our main partner and member of our team is Amazing Architecture. We are using their social media. And here we are presenting, of course, Beirut Port Competition. And there are the others. Design Boom. Design Boom was really, they were surprised how many people share this information, because the world really, they are aware of the catastrophe which occur in Beirut. Here are the others, competitions.arc, Architecture Journal, and Archinet, and here you can see in Bustler. So I would like to, I wanted to present, now I will close my share, and I will go back to my second question to your mayor. I would like to ask you what it means for you as a mayor, for you as a Lebanon inhabitant. What is it for you in case the entire world will connect to this competition?
First of all, let me thank you so much for this competition and for organizing this meeting, and for the prestigious invitees that you have invited to the meeting. It is extremely important, and we are proud in Lebanon that a lot of international interest is happening to help Lebanon come back to stand on its feet and come back from this devastating explosion, and maybe turn it into an opportunity to really rebuild Beirut in a better place, in a better shape, and in better infrastructure. This means a lot to us. As you probably all know, the whole world has come in to help Lebanon, from the World Bank to all the organizations around the world, to all the Europe, China, and everybody came to help Lebanon in this very difficult time. As I said, I'm glad that we can turn this devastating issue into an opportunity to rebuild a better Beirut. And for that, I would like to tell all the architects that will be competing, and you, the jury, and everybody, that while thinking about your design or your proposal, do not think of the port on its own. The port today is excluded from the city. and even the jurisdiction within the area of the port is outside the jurisdiction of the city council and the municipality. And I think this has built a China wall between the city and the port, which is, in my opinion, after this long experience in life, is definitely not a feasible and not a good way to deal with ports. Ports should have different entries. Many entries should be available for the public. We could develop so many areas in the port to become part of the city, lively and interacting with the city, and create jobs and businesses in the area. So I would like to ask, if you don't mind, all the architects involved to really think the port with approximately 1.5 kilometers radius around the port to include in their design ideas. And this is what we are planning to do. A lot of companies have approached us and they have ideas for a design, build, finance, operate, and transfer project to rebuild the port. And it will not be sustainable and it will not be feasible unless we develop the area around it. And I'm ready to give you as the jury to distribute to all the architects any information that you will need regarding the surrounding of the port and the functions that are happening around the port. Within a few hundred meters of the port, you have the liveliest area of Beirut. It was destroyed. As you know, Lebanese people are stubborn people and they come back alive very quickly. It's not easy to kill us. So we have rebuilt the joining area of the port, and it is lively again. Tonight, if you go to Beirut at any night, you will see the area that has been destroyed totally, alive again, the pubs, the restaurants, the clubs, the cultural areas, the cultural buildings being developed. We are putting a plan, we have put a plan with the World Bank and different organizations and different countries, donating countries, to at least, first of all, make sure to structurally protect all the buildings that are, that has a major structural damage. That's one. And we have hundreds of cultural buildings that have been built hundreds of years ago that have been severely damaged. And we will put all the effort to protect them. This is why I mentioned the connection between the port and the area. This area is a very old historical heritage area of Beirut, directly connected to the port. And that has a major value for the land and the port. So we are doing that. We are also trying to rehabilitate the buildings that were affected, to bring back the people who lived there back home as quickly as possible, and to prevent the immigration of people in the area to other areas of Lebanon, and bring in a new mix or a new social fabric to the area. We want to maintain the same social fabric in the area. And we, as a municipality, we took decisions to not transfer or allow to transfer any property at this stage from any owner to any owner. It's not allowed today to sell your property and leave the area. And we did that to protect the social fabric of the area and not make people leave. This is an introduction I wanted to make just to let all the students and all the architects, brilliant architects, to come up with ideas that are possibly can be implemented in Beirut. One last thing regarding the Czech coincidence. I don't think the Czech architects, they are so brilliant. I know I've worked with some of them in the Gulf. I don't think they have designed the project to take this kind of explosion, but definitely they have taken into consideration a major structural requirements that will protect the structure as much as possible. And that we have to give regards to them and to thank them for their professionalism. Okay.
Thank you. It was very, very important to hear, because I know it from Alex that this competition is not about to only make it back, but it's much bigger. It is about new ideas. Maybe I will ask Mariana if she would like to go on with the connection to the Alex, because Alex is very important too in this narrate.
Certainly. Alex, I have a question for you. This connection of INSPIRELI and Beirut, that was actually your idea. Can you tell us more about how that started and when?
After this obnoxious explosion of the 4th of August, sort of global devastation and struggle just loomed in our country, Lebanon. People were hysterical. They were suffering. It has exacerbated and amplified the already existing struggle that we were facing. I remember that very well. I was there. So the days after the explosion, I couldn't sleep. And after sleepless nights, I had this urge to do something. Like, I have to do something about it. So 2 ideas just emerged. The first one is to execute a project that I've been developing in the past 5 years, and it's called the Squatter Settlement. And it is sort of emergency settlement, emergency relief. As you know, the shockwave destroyed more than 300,000 people's homes, and they were all left homeless. So they desperately needed a place to stay temporarily. So that's why this project responded well to that, and it's still ongoing, and it's still in progress, and still waiting for some results. It had like 60 plus volunteers, and we're still working on it. And well, the second initiative was to forge a worldwide competition that revolves around the topic rebuilding the heart of Beirut, considering that the heart of Beirut is the port. And this is how Beirut will be reborn. This is where it all started. So I wanted to make sure that the whole world would think about Lebanon and the people of Beirut. So that's why I suggested the idea to Karel and INSPIRELI, and he just embraced the idea. And then I suggested the idea to the mayor of Beirut, Dr. Itani, and he also embraced the idea and all of my ideas and gave me the blessings. And also to the president of OEA, Jad. So, and then it's ongoing right now, and it's successful so far. I firmly believe that this competition will extrapolate thousands and millions of fresh, amazing ideas from all over the world. And I'm really looking forward for that. So I really encourage all students, architecture students, urban planning students from all over the world to contribute to this beautiful city, Beirut, and to participate in this competition. And I'm really looking forward for that. So the stage is yours.
Thank you. Karel, do you want to add anything to this?
Maybe I can say it a little bit, how to say, from the friendly perspective, yeah. Alex sent me several messages via WhatsApp, and he wanted something to speak with me, and I didn't have time. Yeah, and it was, I don't know. He spent one week on that at least, and then I decided, oh, I don't want to have a chat with Alex. I have to call with him. So I offer him that we will have a call, and then it was the end of November, and we had called together, and we start to talk about everything, and then we start to speak about Beirut blast, and then Alex offered, what about to make a competition? And it was for me, who knows me, it's something like a challenge. Yeah. So immediately I said, yes, of course we can do that. And so no doubt it was Alex fault that we did it. And I'm very, very proud that I have a friend like Alex, and because when it happened in Beirut, I had a lot of friends in architecture community, and I was really afraid of them. When it happened, I immediately called them and I asked, are you in safe? Because this is the bad part of INSPIRELI, that you have friends everywhere in the world. So whenever anything is happening, immediately you know that your friends can be in danger. So it was in the end of November, and so Alex is the creator of this competition, of this idea, and I'm very proud that he connected all of us together.
Wonderful, thank you. I have one more question for Mayor Itani. Mayor Itani, what was your first reaction when you heard this from Alex?
Well, it is in my belief that we need to give the young generation their shot and their ideas, to get their ideas in developing the city. I'm getting old, and my generation is need to start thinking of retirement and sitting at the beach and enjoying our what's left of our life. And we need to give space for the young generation to come in and say what they have in their mind. I spend more than 30% of my time receiving young people coming in with brilliant ideas. And believe me, in Lebanon, we have a lot of brilliant young generation coming in with great ideas. When Alex walked in, he immediately impressed me by his professionalism. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have listened to what he has to say later. But he was a straightforward guy. He came in with a determined mind, focused, and he knew exactly what he wanted. So that's why I was impressed, and I said, well, look, I look for people like you. So you came to me, my arms are open wide, and we'd love to do this together.
Amazing. That is great. I just want to repeat for all the people who just joined that you are watching INSPIRELI Awards live stream talk number 3. And today the topic is about the Beirut port renewal competition. I have another question I'd like to ask to Mikhail Kuntz, because you became the juror. What were your thoughts where Karel came to you?
I was surprised. It was really nice, and my architecture is about living, about creating emotions and good atmosphere in architecture. So yeah, I'm pleased to be a part of something like that, and I really hope, I believe that it will be possible to create something really extraordinarily beautiful, some new place where people can live. Yeah. So
thank you. Karel, why did you choose Mikhail?
It was really easy for me, because maybe it's again fault of Alex, because when Alex told me that it will not be just a port, any technical infrastructure, it will be more about the people, about the city, and about the feeling. I know Michal is one of the best architects in Czech Republic, the maybe most talented, and he's very sensitive one. So immediately I knew that it needs this kind of architect to be involved in this jury process. So it was easy. Michal is the appropriate one for the mood, yeah, for the spirit of life, yeah. So and I think that you will know very soon. You will see his work, and you will agree with me that it was no doubt a good choice.
Lovely. Alex, I have another question for you. I'd like to see if you could introduce the competition a little bit more, and maybe show us what's the current situation like in Beirut right now.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna make a small, a brief explanation of everything. So, okay, all right. So, first, I would like to say that there's a .obj file right now uploaded in the website of INSPIRELI, and just a second. Okay, and as you can see here, that if you enter the website of INSPIRELI, the competition, the website's competition here. Okay. you just enter the, the competition in here, the Beirut, then you go down here, you can see that there's a Beirut recovery map. Okay, so it says that estimated building damage. We have like more than around approximately 12,000, building damage. It's ongoing repairs 3,640, and we have like 124 completely completed and repaired buildings. So if we just enter this banner here, okay, you can see in yellow all the buildings that are ongoing right now, and in red you can see the buildings that are completely damaged, and the repair ones are 124 there. Okay, and you can also enter the 3D of the existing used to be existing port here. Okay, and there's also this .obj or .fpx you can use for 3ds Max or Rhino or any 3D software can be used well. And so if I enter 3D Studio Max, this is also, you can just merge the file and use it as a sort of reference there. You can see here. I'm going to share with you the old maps, how it used to function here. So I'm gonna just explain on 3D directly. Okay. So as you can see here, this is here the cargo, the container area. Okay. So we have like 16 sea cranes. This is where the ships will dock here, and this is where the containers are hoisted up, and they are stored in this area. They are stored here, and they are filled. So on the left side we have an extension, and this extension, this is where the customs will do the control in there, and there's another access from here. This is where the empty container is gonna stay on hold until it's whether taken inland to be stored or shipped outland. Okay, and so there's a small loop there that's going to happen because there's this administration building that used to be here. As you can see, I'm not really explaining on the actual map because I don't want students to be confused with the old ones. I want students to think from zero, to think genuinely. So that's why I'm being kind of ambiguous here. So I'm just telling you, I'm just speaking of sort of clustering things. So this is the cluster that of the container cargo. So these container cargoes, whether they go inland or outland, or they can get stored in the warehouses here. And as you can see here, this is the warehouse well. This is where the explosion happened. This is the ground zero, as you can see. And this is the silos building. Okay, this is the silos building by Czech architect, and this was sort of the shield that still survived here. So we have the docks around there. We have the docks, and the docking here, this is where the ship docks. Okay, so this is called the general cargo area or the conventional cargo area. So students, you don't really have to redo the same configuration. I want you to think, in a new perspective. So in the general cargo area, you can just consider that we don't need this much of a space to store cargo. And we also had some place for repairing. We had some parking for imported cars and everything. And it's really important and it's really vital to have a silos building. Okay, and just to say there are some functionality that used to happen. So this is dock number 8. Dock number 8, the ships used to just dock here, and there's a vacuum system that will soak all the grains directly inside the silos building. Now, if you just move to this area, it used to be the free zone. In the free zone, this is where the foreigner containers, and these foreigner containers would actually, store and just temporarily store the containers here until they move them to the destination and ship them outland. And finally, in this cluster here, it used to be the passenger terminal. This is where the passenger can travel around and just take their vacations. And there used to be some kind of gate here. Okay, and there used to be a gate there. And security controls are really important. Just to consider that in each and every step there is a security control, there's customs control, and no cargo or container cargo would just take off outland without being paid without paying the fees of the cargo and everything. So once it's paid, there's security control, there's scanner controls, they're really necessary and essential for it. And this is also the gate where the ships and the trucks will take off. And also we had right next to the fish souk, we had a special parking for the trucks. This is where the trucks that carries all the containers, this is where they park. Okay, and then basically that's it. This is like very briefly the clustering zones that used to exist priorly, but right now this area is right now functioning with 16 cranes that are rigging up all the containers, and we have 3 administration building with this parking is still functional, and the custom controls and the empty containers area is still now functional. However, the general cargo, the silos building, the free zone, and the passenger terminal, they're all right now completely destroyed, and they are inactive and dysfunctional. So what I want to say right now here is we don't really have to redesign the same configuration. You can just think differently. You can change the clusters from one node to another. So basically that's it. I'm gonna get back to my screen. So if you have any further questions, we're gonna make future videos that explains it more. But the .obg and FBX file is right now on the website. You can use it. It's really important to see in the 3D perspective the project and to think in a holistic manner of the city. So.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Mikhail, can I please ask you to mute your microphone? As you move, sometimes we can hear. Thank you. Karel, we have a couple more guests here. Would you like to introduce them to us?
Yes, it will be my pleasure. Here is Mr. Svozil and Ondrej Valach from LUMION. First, I would like to hi. First, thank you. I would like to start with Mr. Svozil. He is a co-owner of the Fenix Group company. It's a leading company with heating system, and he's our partner. I would like to highlight here that INSPIRELI is for free for everybody, for each student. And Jana already told me that we have several questions right now from our community if this competition is for free. So yes, it is for free. And sometimes we need some money to launch this competition, and that's why we search for partners. And it's not only because of money; it's because of communication between suppliers and architects. Because architecture is a concept of cooperation. And I would like to ask Mr. Svozil, what do you feel if when you are a part of such a nice project, because I know that we ask you to be here, we ask you to be our partner, and I'm happy that you are here. But I would like to know your opinion from your point of view. So stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure. Secondly, of course, we are manufacturer. We are leading manufacturer of electric radiant heating systems. So we are construction guys, and where there is some new constructions, we are trying to be close, because of course we want to follow all new trends, and we want to see what is happening in the world, because it's our daily business. And thirdly, what is maybe the most important, I have actually been to Beirut a couple of times in my life. I think last time was in 2017. And I think it's one of the most easygoing and beautiful cities in the world. And of course, with this disaster which happened, I can imagine that it changed a lot, the situation in the city, because actually the city itself is just surrounded around the seaside, actually, around the port. So I can imagine that what happened was sort of paralyzing the city, and which changed the life there dramatically. So of course, we would like to know where we are going with this.
Okay, and now it's your time to ask Mayor here directly. So do you have any question? Use this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Itani. I would like to know, because as I said, actually I have been to Beirut. It's a beautiful city. Congratulations. It's I think really very nice place to be. And I would like to know, actually, as the city is designed around the port and around the pathways which are on the seaside, how actually the life in the city has changed with or what happened, and what is actually your vision of the role the new port should have in the city?
Thank you, and welcome to the group. Frankly, Lebanon and Beirut in particular, as you said, it's on the seafront, and we rely heavily on our beach area, and the land value around the beach is the most expensive land. Next door to the port, there is the newly redeveloped area of the downtown, which was also destroyed during the civil war of Lebanon, totally destroyed. It was rebuilt and conserved as it was previously before. So preservation is extremely important for us in any development. We would like to preserve our culture, and the architecture of Beirut is really unique. You will see a 200 years old house. Next to it is a huge tower, a new modern tower with a 50-story building that is beautiful architecture as well. So the mix between modern and old heritage houses is extremely essential when we look at the design and when we approve any new tower coming up. I would like to mention something to the competitors, if you don't mind, Mr. Karel, if you allow me. It's so important for the competitors to look at the functions of the port, define the functions really. What do we want out of this port? It is not the exact same functions that we used to have, as I said earlier. We need to develop those functions further to make it more integrated with the city. The second thing, we need to look at the capacity of the port. We're not going to live with the same capacity for so many years. So anything that we want to design, we need to look at a much bigger capacity, because Beirut port has been the most important port in the Mediterranean region and in the neighborhood. And we have future plans to expand and make it more, bigger capacity, has a bigger capacity. The third thing is I want the competitors to, or the architects, to take into consideration the integration of this port with the city. And the last thing I want to mention is really important for me. I do appreciate architects tremendously, and I love architecture. In fact, one of the most beautiful cities that I visit a lot is Barcelona. And the reason being is you get amazed with the architecture around you. But nevertheless, urban planning is going to play a major role in any design. So I don't know if it's possible for you to allow architects to work in groups with urban planners instead of each one working alone. This way, urban planners will think of the integration with the city, the circulation, how the functions are spread, and the architects will do they will put their imagination in designing. I'm a civil engineer myself, but architecture is really a passion for me. Okay.
That's amazing. Thank you. Yes, they can work in groups as well.
Good.
That is allowed. Karel?
Yeah. Thank you. And I think that I have it. Yeah. I understand what is the goal, what we have to achieve. And thank you to Mr. Svozil that he asked you for this question. And I have to go a little bit with Ondrej, because Ondrej is another member of our INSPIRELI crew, and he is a distributor of LUMION company, LUMION software. And together with Ondrej, we are going to launch INSPIRELI Education. So we are going to help students to better improve their 3D visualization. It's something what is very important for the presentation of their ideas to public. Yeah, because this is not only about architects; it's about the people who will choose their future how to say, design of the city. And so, Ondra, now I would like you to say something add to this communication.
Thank you, Karel. I hope you can hear me. I'm sorry for I'm late. Perfect. I'm not sure if I had to introduce myself. I'm just local reseller of LUMION. And with Karel, we started that education part. And I hope we will start soon to give feedback to each student and make some progress with this project, because it's a big project and it's I think big thing that Karel comes with. It's a really great project. I want to help Karel for that, because it's really great, and I'm happy I can be part of this thing. And I don't think I had to talk much longer, so I just have one question for Mr. Itani. You talked about changing the purpose of the new port and the connection with city and making some changes. And what is your biggest expectation from the new project? Of course, a part of recovering the functionality of the port.
Biggest expectation of the project? Well, frankly, as I said at the beginning, I want to turn this devastating problem into an opportunity. And to make it happen, this will impact the economy of the city, and it will impact also improvement of the infrastructure of the city. So if we have a good design and a good implementation of the design, a mega project like this, then it's easier for me to find mega companies to come in and work on the design, to develop it further and make it, you know, they will be more interested in investing in the project. This will make the recovery much quicker, instead of waiting a lot for companies to come up with ideas that do not blend with the city fabric. If we have the result from this competition comes out to be, you know, feasible, attractive, architecturally acceptable and pretty, and it will enhance the city design, then we will find more investors quickly, and the economy of the city will improve tremendously. And at the same time, my dream of opening up the city to the port and making it one part will become true, hopefully within my days.
I think it's an important hint for students, and I hope we can help you with creating more attractive visualizations. Help students, of course.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you. We also have Jana here with us, who is part of INSPIRELI crew, and she's our connection with the students and the jurors for the competition. Jana, are there any students' questions we could ask? And pass the word to you.
Hi guys. Hi guys. So yes, we have some questions from students. So it's for Mr. Major Itani. So the first question is, what kind of flows, they mean people and vehicles, should be considered in the project beside the public allowed spaces, what kind of restricted area limits should be considered in order for the project to operate correctly?
Very good question. I think anybody who wants to work in developing this project should take into consideration that there should be different parts and different entrances and accesses to the project, because the area where the port receives and delivers containers and handling of containers, this area will be restricted to the port authority, and not a lot of people are allowed to go there. The storage area will also be within the area of the restricted area. Nevertheless, today we do have a part of the port for ships, for we call them the big ships that takes the tourist ships, but it is very limited, and this is a loss of income for the city and for the tourism industry in Lebanon. I would like to expand that a lot and make it happen. One of my dreams also that I would like to explore, I don't know if they are, people agree with me or not. In Beirut, we have a major issue of car traffic. We receive at least 1 million cars coming into Beirut every day. And the reason being, and they leave in the afternoon. And the reason being, people live abroad and they work in Beirut. So they come into work in the morning and leave in the evening. I have tried to look at a project where I can do sea transport from Beirut city to the other big cities like Tripoli, the big city of Tripoli in the north, like the mountain area in the north as well, and to the south as well. So this could be, we call it a taxi, water taxi, or water vessels that will take people from Beirut to other cities. This should be taken into consideration, and I think this is an opportunity now to introduce it to the port design. As I said, to answer your question, back to your question, I always tend to go beyond the question. But to answer your question, yes, there should be areas that are restricted to handling of containers and stuff and storage areas. There should be office areas, and trucks entrances should be different than car entrances. And this is creating also today a major issue in the traffic circulation around the port. So because the trucks, they merge with the cars outside the port and creating a major issue for the city. So maybe a major access like a road special that takes the trucks directly from the port to the highway instead of going into the city and then leave the city to the highway. This should be taken into consideration. This will help limit the pollution and limit the traffic issue.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I answered your question. Did I?
Yeah. Completely.
Okay.
Thank you very much. If we have time, I have another question, and it's really interesting question. So, how many buildings are expected to be designed, and can the project be one facility, or does it need separate buildings to carry out the internal processes of arrivals and departures of people and products?
Frankly, the number of buildings, it's for the architect to determine, depending on the functions, as I said. First, you have to put the functions. What are the functions of your project? I wanted a port, an industrial port, then it's easy to define the buildings. I want it to be a touristic and industrial port, and maybe create an area with restaurants and make it a public space, make gardens, because you're on the Mediterranean and it's a beautiful area to lose, and the value of the land is extremely expensive. I'll give you an example. Today, if you want the land value of this port today is worth more than $50 billion. $50 billion, the land alone. So you guys as architects, you're always clever in developing the most efficient way, your project in a most efficient way. So there is no number of buildings required. Every function has should have a set of buildings or one building or two, depending on the capacity, as I explained earlier. And you know, that's all. That's all I have. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
May I have a question? I have one question. It's now again about the silo building, yeah, because this silo building, the main structure there. I would like to ask. I heard that it was a gift or it was paid before by a Kuwait prince or Kuwait king, and how it was.
No, it was paid by the Kuwait government. The Prince of Kuwait at that time told his ambassador that tell the Lebanese people that I want to build that silo, and he brought in the contractors and the consultants, and he did it. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I will go on with my question. Right now, I think that silo is something what is important for the city. So it will be there again, yeah. And I heard that Kuwait will pay it again. Yeah, they will invest money. It's true.
It's not confirmed yet. It's not confirmed, and but we rely a lot on the Gulf countries, and specifically in Kuwait. Kuwait is a very you know, friendly country with Lebanon, and they have helped us a great deal before. We hope they will help us again this time, but it's not nothing confirmed yet. Mm-hmm. Nothing confirmed. But regarding the silos in particular, and forgive me for not giving them the right attention, we have already received many ideas regarding the silos, and we have already a design from one of the architecture firms. With an idea that this silo or ground zero become like the ground zero of Manhattan, where we keep it as it is, we clean it up, we do the necessary to protect it, and then develop next to it a museum for the incident itself, and a major public space over there. So let your dreams go. So no restrictions there.
Yeah.
Let your dreams guide you to the best solution that you think fit.
I understand because I had another question, because Alex told me, and maybe now I will ask Alex. You Alex told me that there will be a space for memorial. Yeah. So how to think about memorial? Yeah, because it need to be remembered. Yeah, what happened. Yeah. So can you say something about that? Yeah. Explain it.
Well, I think that this dire incident, it's directly related to people, because you know, we lost like more than 160 Lebanese people in this explosion, and I think there were a lot of benefactors that really helped to rebuild it. But the fact is, there are so many people till now are really hurt. It was really cruel to them. And I can still hear the squeals of the mothers remembering their children that died in the explosion. So that's why I think we shall always remember the people that died in this explosion. It's not only about the place, but it's more about the people. So that's why I consider that a memorial needs to be a part of this project. I'm not saying that it has to be, you know, a prolific in the project, but it has to be some kind of part of the project. We need to arouse some kind of memory and some kind of solace to the people that lost their beloved ones. So that's why we need to give them solace with this project, and students shall always consider that each and every square meter in this project is worth millions of dollars. So as the mayor said, they have to design in a very efficient manner. It has to encompass all the functions well orchestrated together in a way, keeping the memory of the people that died and remembering. It's not about remembering something bad, but it's remembering the people, there. That's I think one of the most important and fundamental thing in the project that needs to be taken into consideration. I think that's resolute solution for what we want to tell to the people. What do you want to say to these people that lost their beloved ones? They can't just visit this sport. So we need to create a space that allows these people to remember their beloved ones in a positive way. We need to give them positivity. We need to give them hope, and we need to give them the courtesy to not worry, because everything is going to be okay. So as I said again, I think this whole promiscuity is so stark, and the design needs to work in a way to allow people to be happy when they are in this sport, when they are in the public space, when they are in the memorial. So yes, memorial shall be part of the project. But
Alex, allow me here, so that we don't limit the creativity of let the architects think beyond the area of the port. So if you want to put a memorial, you are more than welcome also to use outside the port area, at the entrance, at the way in, the way out, in the city. How to link the city with the memorial, and maybe the memorial will be the link between the city and the port. So I'm just clarifying what Alex has said, and giving more option for the architects.
Yeah, I think that it's all about the design. It depends on what the architect is going to design, but they have to just keep in mind that a memorial shall exist in the project, but where, how, and how they should do it, and it's their job, and I think it's present, it's paramount. So yeah.
Yanni?
The stage is yours.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we have a time for another one question from a student, one of them asked me, what are the most frequent ship routes in or out of the port?
This is not, I don't have this data. I think Alex can get you this data later on and send it to you. I don't want to give you numbers that I don't have in front of me.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen if you want, just for a bit. I'm gonna open up the map. Okay.
But Alex, if this is the last question, do you guys allow me to leave? I have another engagement that I have to run to. I would like to thank you all very much for this. I would like to thank Alex, Mr. Karel, Jana, and all the participants. Thank you so much. Beirut will never forget this, initiative that you have started. I'm available. Alex has my contacts. If any one of you would like to send me an email, call me, or ask me any questions, I'll be available 24/7. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Have a great evening.
Thank you so much for taking part.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Jana, I'm gonna answer just quickly, briefly, for the students they were asking about the accessibility of the project. But I'm gonna expose here in this map. They already know it. It's already existing. You're all working on it. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna tell you something. If you look in here, there's a highway. The main highway is right there. Okay, the main highway is right there. So the accessibility of the trucks from the highway, there's a sort of a cross traffic road here, and this is where the trucks are parked. So the main access of the trucks is from here. and the trucks will have to make a loop. So when the truck will have to come over here and take and you know, carry all the containers, so they will have to pass from this gate to the control, and then they have to make a loop from gate 9 and for security controls, and then they have to leave from the terminal gate here after security controls. And this area that I talked about, the empty container ones, this is the empty containers are left here ephemerally and temporarily until further notice, until they are being shipped or just filled again. And sometimes these trucks will go to the warehouse area. Well, there's another access from here to the free zone. This is the free zone. Okay, the free zone has an inside, used to have an inside access from here, from this red rectangle here. And from the main highway, it used to have an access from here. And finally, we have the last gate, the gate number 3. It's right next to the custom building. We have the custom buildings here. We have the passengers terminal here. So we have a gate, access gate to the port from here. So we used to have 1, 2, and 3 main accesses. But again, as I said, you know, previously, students are not really, you know, we don't really have to repeat and redo and emulate the same, you know, former configuration of the port, because as we said, each inch is important for us. So that's why you need to reconfigure the whole port, but taking into consideration that this is the highway. Okay, this is the former accessibility, but you can still use the same access from here, there, and there. So I guess this is briefly the answer of my question. And of course, the detached blade breaker are so important, and they're so you know, it's an addendum, but it's important. So I'm really looking forward to see new configurations, and that there will be actually the tipping point of a change, of a new momentum here. So I guess I hope I answered the question. So the stage is yours, Jana.
Thank you, Alexander. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I believe that was a great answer as well. And there is a lot of documents you can find on the INSPIRELI Awards website under the Beirut Port Competition. For those who just joined, just wanted to repeat that you're watching the INSPIRELI Awards live stream number 3. And today we were talking about the Port of Beirut competition that's already open. The registration is already open. You can submit your proposals on the website, and then it will be Jana talking to you. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. There's contacts for all of us on the website. You can reach us on the social media as well. You can rewatch this. This video will stay online on Facebook of INSPIRELI Awards, on Instagram as well, and it will be on our website as well under the tab News. So thank you very much to everybody who came to this talk. And we really appreciate you taking time, and thank you for sharing all the information, and yeah, having just a really nice afternoon chat with all of you. Karel, do you have anything else to say?
I only hear that you are much better than me in this speech. So what I can say, no, I'm very proud that we met together each other's, and I think that maybe it's important to know that this competition is already at the beginning, and we will see each other's, I think, personally in Beirut in March, I think, next year, because there will be the big ceremony. I think that under Alexander Zein, how to say, operation. So I think it's not the last live stream, because we will be here every 3 weeks, because we would like to stay in touch with our community. So thank you to all of you, and let's stay in touch. Yeah. See you, and ciao.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Have a great
Thank
day.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.